Hi, my name is Miley Oye. I'm a Senior Support Engineer at Google. In this third and final video in our series on third-party ad serving, we'll take a closer look at the nuts and bolts of how ad servers actually serve the ads we see. Let's walk through the process. First, our fictitious advertiser, SportsGear, has to place all of its ads into its ad server. The ad server then creates tags containing technical instructions on things like the ad size and where the ad should be located on the web page. The tags are sent to the publisher along with information about SportsGear's ad campaign, like the number of times to show each ad and whether to target the ad to a certain age, gender, interest, or geographic location. Next, our fictitious publisher, the New York Journal, puts the tags and instructions into its own ad server. So all of SportsGear's ad instructions go into the New York Journal's ad server, but the sports ads themselves stay on SportsGear's ad server. All of the New York Journal's other advertisers also send the New York Journal tags and instructions for their ad campaigns, but keep the ads themselves on their ad servers. So once the advertiser's ad server and the publisher's ad server are ready, they look something like this. What's in SportsGear's ad server? Its inventory of ads. What's on the publisher's side? The tags and instructions from the advertisers, including those from SportsGear. So what happens next? Well, let's say I come along and decide I want to check out the New York Journal's sports section. I type the New York Journal's URL into my browser, and my browser makes a request saying, I want this web page from the New York Journal. When this request reaches the New York Journal, its server then sends the page I want to my browser. As my browser loads the page, it understands that the page contains content, but no ad. So how does my browser get the ad? My browser follows the instructions provided by the New York Journal, which tells it to ask for an ad from the New York Journal's ad server. In this case, the New York Journal's ad server decides to show a SportsGear ad. Since the New York Journal's ad server doesn't have any actual ads, it instructs my browser, through the information in a tag, to get an ad from SportsGear's ad server, which is housing all of SportsGear's ad inventory. SportsGear's ad server has to figure out which ad to show. A cookie helps it do that. How? Well, at the same time the New York Journal's ad server sent my browser content, it also sent my browser a cookie. In this case, a cookie is a small file that travels back and forth between my browser and both the publisher's ad server and the advertiser's ad server during the ad serving process. A cookie's job is to identify a browser. Each cookie has an ID, usually a combination of letters and numbers, that in this case identifies my browser to ad servers. This allows them to keep track of the ads that are shown to my browser, so they can do things like control the number of times I see a given ad, and also allows them to target ads. So let's go back to SportsGear's ad server having to choose which ad I see. It may be the case, for example, that their basketball shoes are sold out, so the basketball shoe ads are ruled out. Or maybe it's too soon for the football season, so the football ads are ruled out as well. Or it could be that SportsGear wants to target its ads to a specific age or interest segment, so it chooses a SportsGear golf ad because the cookie allows it to associate my browser with a 30-year-old female golfer. Now that we've got a SportsGear golf ad, what happens next? Well, when SportsGear's ad server sends the SportsGear golf ad to my browser, it also sends along a cookie that allows it to identify my browser. This allows SportsGear's ad server to do things like track how many SportsGear ads my browser has been shown. After this entire process, I finally see a SportsGear golf ad. Here it is. A lot goes on in the second or two it takes for a web page to load in my browser. And you can see all this activity happening if you check out the bottom left of your screen as the URL requests are processed. You'll see that in the course of a few seconds, your browser is sending requests to one or more ad servers, even though you never went to these ad server sites. And this whole process is done automatically by computer servers. No people are involved in selecting or serving display ads. That's how it can all happen so quickly. So I hope this video series gives you a better idea of how third-party ad serving works. Thanks for watching. and thanks for using Google.